You ever had someone ask you a question that just made your brain scream? Like they're smiling, but your gut's doing cartwheels and whispering, run. Yeah, that's not just imagination. That's your survival instincts because you just met a cheater planning your destruction. And not just any cheater. I'm talking professional level boundary testing backstabbers. They don't just betray you out of nowhere. They prep you first. They ask you things that seem harmless. But those questions, they're tests. And today we're going to absolutely body slam 8 of the sneakiest questions cheaters ask before they destroy your life. This isn't a paranoia class, this is pattern recognition. Because when you know their playbook, you don't fall for their performance. Question 1. Would you ever take me back if I messed up? Oh, how convenient. They're asking about forgiveness before they even do anything worth forgiving. This question seems sweet, right? Like they're being vulnerable about their fears? Wrong. This is pre-betrayal insurance shopping. They're not asking because they're scared of making minor relationship mistakes. They're asking because they're already planning major ones. This question is market research for how much betrayal you'll tolerate before you walk away for good. Here's what they're really doing. They're measuring your forgiveness levels before they give you something unforgivable to deal with. If you say, of course everyone makes mistakes, congratulations. You just gave them permission to make bigger mistakes. This question is designed to understand your boundaries disguised as relationship insecurity. They want to know if you're the forgive and forget type or the fool me once, shame on you type, because they're about to test it. Question 2. What would you do if I was talking to my ex? Red alert. This question means they already are. They're not asking hypothetically. They're asking because their ex is back in the picture and they want to gauge your reaction level before you find out the hard way. This question seems like they're being considerate, checking your boundaries before crossing them. Nah, they're doing damage control before the damage happens. Here's the trap. If you say it would bother you, they'll paint you as insecure when you inevitably find out. If you say it wouldn't bother you, they'll use that as permission to take their talking with their ex to the next level. They're not seeking approval for innocent friendship. They're seeking tolerance levels for emotional cheating. Because that talking to my ex is about to turn into meeting up with my ex real quick. Question 3. Do you think we spend too much time together? Hold up. Since when is loving your partner's company a bad thing? This is them asking for cheating time disguised as relationship concern. They're not worried about codependency. They're annoyed that your presence is cramping their cheating style. Normal people in healthy relationships don't randomly decide they're seeing their partner too much. But cheaters? They need alone time to betray you and they want your permission to get it. This question is them testing if you'll agree that maybe you should give each other more space, meaning more opportunities for them to do shady stuff without you around to witness it. Question 4. Would you be upset if I made a new close friend? This question seems innocent. Who doesn't want their partner to have friends? But pay attention to the word close. They're not asking about casual friendships. They're asking about emotional intimacy with someone new. Here's what they're really doing. They've already got someone specific in mind, and they want to know if you'll tolerate them developing a deep, meaningful connection with this person. This question is pre-approval seeking for an emotional affair. Would you be upset if I made a new close friend? Translation: how much emotional cheating will you accept if I call it friendship? The timing of this question is everything. Why are they asking now? Who is this mysterious future close friend? Question 5. You trust me, right? When they ask this during a sweet moment when you're feeling close, it seems like they're seeking reassurance. They're not. They're collecting evidence they can use against you later. Here's the trap. They're getting you on record as someone who trusts them completely. So when they start acting suspicious and you question them, they'll weaponize this moment against you. But you said you trusted me. Why are you questioning me now? Your own words become the cage they lock you in while they betray you. This question isn't about seeking reassurance. It's collecting ammunition for future gaslighting. People who are planning to be trustworthy don't need verbal confirmation of your trust. People who are planning to betray you absolutely do. Question 6. What's something you'd never forgive in a relationship? This seems like they want to know your deal breakers so they can respect them. Wrong. They want to know your deal breakers so they can work around them or hide them better. When you tell them, I could never forgive cheating, you think you're establishing healthy boundaries. Actually, you are giving them the roadmap for how to betray you without getting caught. If you say physical cheating is unforgivable, they'll stick to emotional affairs. If you say lying is your deal breaker, they'll get better at hiding the truth. This question isn't about respecting your boundaries, it's about learning how to cross them without consequences. Question 7. Do you think couples need to tell each other everything? At first glance, this seems like a mature conversation about boundaries, but it's not. This is them trying to establish that secrets are healthy and normal because they're about to have some big ones. They're not asking because they read an article about relationship dynamics. They're asking because they need permission to hide things from you without it being called deception. Do you think couples need to tell each other everything? Translation: can I keep massive secrets from you and still be considered a good partner? They want you to agree that privacy is normal. So when you find out about their hidden conversations and secret meetings, they can say, "But you said couples don't need to tell each other everything." Question 8. What do you consider cheating exactly? This question is the crown jewel of pre-betrayal preparation. They're not asking so they don't accidentally cross lines. They're asking because they want to know exactly where those lines are so they can dance right up to them. What do you consider cheating exactly? Translation: how much can I get away with before you call it betrayal? They want to know if emotional affairs count, if texting counts, if meeting up counts. This question seems like healthy communication about relationship expectations, but it's basically market research. If you say only physical stuff counts, they'll have emotional affairs. If you say emotional stuff counts too, they'll just hide it better. This isn't boundary setting, it's boundary gaming. They don't want to respect your limits, they want to exploit them. See what all these questions have in common? They're not seeking information to love you better. They're gathering intelligence to betray you smarter. Every single question is designed to map your tolerance levels, test your boundaries, and measure your forgiveness before they give you something to forgive. These aren't random relationship conversations. These are strategic reconnaissance missions. But here's what they don't realize. Asking these questions is the red flag. When someone starts interviewing you about your tolerance for betrayal, it's because they're planning to test that tolerance. The next time someone hits you with these seemingly innocent questions, pay attention to your gut. Why are they asking this now? Your instincts aren't paranoia, they're protection. When someone starts testing your boundaries before they cross them, it's because they're already planning to cross them. So, trust your gut, protect your standards, and remember, someone who's planning to be loyal doesn't need to test if you'll tolerate disloyalty. Don't let anyone interview you for the role of person who won't notice when I cheat. If you're ready to spot future betrayal and shut it down, smash that subscribe button. And share this with someone who needs to see these red flags. Let's build an army of people who recognize when they're being tested and help them spot future betrayal. And remember, the goal isn't to live in constant suspicion. It's to recognize when something feels off and respect your instincts enough to act on them. Loyalty doesn't need loopholes. Honesty doesn't come with fine print. If someone makes you feel like trusting them requires mental gymnastics, that's not love, that's manipulation. Protect your peace like it's priceless because it is. You're not hard to love, you're just hard to fool. Stay sharp, stay protected, and remember, when someone's questions feel like traps, it's because they probably are. That's it for today, and remember, always stay boldly curious. Peace out.